Size matters when it comes to lots. What do I mean? There's only one way to find out. Let's go check it out. So grateful to have you back on the channel today, and I really appreciate you taking the time. In today's video, we're gonna get a deep dive perspective of this one-story home built in Parkside at the river in Georgetown, Texas. We're gonna get a deep dive perspective of why this one-story home definitely has so many compelling factors from a positive side and definitely some polarizing things, and we're gonna get into all of it. First and foremost, as you come up to the property, elevation. Love the brick, not in love with the brown, the stain, but I wanted to see what you think in the comments. What are your thoughts of these colors with the brick and the accent color? As we come right in, take a look at this right here. Absolutely amazing. Right when you walk in, this one-story home, this is the 216 plan built by Highland Homes. And as I mentioned earlier, we are located right here in Georgetown, Texas, in a beautiful lot at the moment from a topography standpoint. And it has some really key things about the lot that I want to share with you. But it has so many things from a design standpoint. This is a tremendous one-story home built in Parkside at the river, and we're gonna take a look at all the different aspects of this home. But as you know, everything always begins right here in the kitchen. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this beautiful kitchen right here. Highland Homes does a phenomenal job with kitchens, and this kitchen is absolutely stunning, especially when you look at the detail. Right as I come up to this beautiful center island, so much functional space. So many of my clients are telling me this is exactly the kind of space that they would love in a kitchen, in terms of a central island that is usable, that's not taking the space up by the kitchen sink. Here, it's all separate. So the thing that really stands out to me when I look at this kitchen and this beautiful center vent hood is I love the herringbone tile, and it's all the way to the top. Take a look at that. Right to the left and to the right of this vent hood, they've done a marvelous job of including the tile all the way to the top. I absolutely love it when they focus on those types of details. And in this video, we're gonna get a deep dive perspective of the details. If you're new to the channel, my name is Abbi Bhakta. I've been a realtor for many years. I've been an investor in real estate for many years, since 2012. And I love bringing new homes on the channel, one-story homes that really tell the entire story. Because so many of my clients love having a home that's completely usable. And a lot of folks who had built two-story homes many years ago felt that, hey, you know what? There were key parts of the home that I didn't always utilize. So I'm here to share with you an unbiased perspective of my clients who have built with Highland Homes, who have recently closed with Highland Homes, and myself, I am a Highland home owner. I built my Highland home 15 years ago. So I can give you an unbiased perspective of all the different things that I've dealt with in my journey with Highland Homes. But first and foremost, as we see everything, I just really got to bring it out to you. The detail here within the center island, really pretty. I love the millwork. They do so many things here in terms of details, right there from the bottom all the way to the top. Really phenomenal. I love the amount of cabinets. They do a phenomenal job with cabinetry. Many years ago, they used to have a cabinet builder out of Taylor, Texas, named Burroughs Cabinets. And I know many folks who started there, worked there for many years, and I can tell you, because those cabinets have lasted me all these years, they have lasted 15 years, no problem. I recently just had a great client ask me just yesterday, believe it or not, who lives in that community that I live in, and said, hey, I wanted to add some of the same cabinets, and it was called Naughty Alder. And I said, absolutely, I will get you in touch with a great contact I have over there, and we can definitely get that done for you. So wanted to tell you about a great experience I've had with Burroughs Cabinets. Now, I'll tell you this, here on the channel, I recently have filmed some other great one-story homes that were so perfect and so amazing in so many ways with Highland Homes, but they had an absolutely horrendous, and I mean horrendous, pantry. And I'm talking about the 218 plan. I like the 218 plan in so many ways, but the pantry is bad. In this 216 plan, they have at least corrected it slightly. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would love to know what your thoughts are. Is this pantry big enough for a 3,000 square foot home? 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath. If you're a growing family, I would love to know, because this is the entire space. Picture this, the 218 plan is half the size of this pantry. This pantry is double the size. So I'm at a loss for words when I saw that pantry, because that home is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna link it at the bottom of the video. So if you're interested, take a look at that video, and I would love to know what you think. As we go down this hallway is your mud area. Would have loved to see them add a mud bench, but I am so grateful and so thankful that we have a receptacle. So many of my clients who recently have built a home from scratch, I've told them, hey, Abbi, we got kids who need to charge stuff. They got laptops issued by their school. I said, sir, ma'am, please, please, please add a receptacle right here. You will love having it in one spot. It is sometimes a common thing that is missed, and my goal is to ensure that I show and share with you all those common things that sometimes can be missed are very, very critical. I like it when a builder has done this in an inventory home like this right here. This utility room is a good size, plenty of space here for a washer and dryer, and a decent amount of functional counter space. I have a lot of clients who tell me, hey, Abbi, would love to have a utility room that has a really good size sink with functional counter space where I can fold clothes and do the things that I need to do because our utility room was not the right size that we needed it. And I totally understand. I can sympathize, because that was one of the issues I had 15 years ago when I built my home. Here in the garage, it is a 3-car garage. Looks from the outside just a two-bay garage, but it's really a 3-car tandem. So I wanted you to see that. This right here to the left, you have irrigation front and back, and I love that they did this. We have electrical charging should you need it, but this right here is about a $1,500 to $2,000 they charge you to run the 50 amp wiring and all that. So I'm glad to at least have it as a value add, even if you don't have it. I love this right here in this plan, that they have 2 tankless water heaters, but where it's located, you can easily park a vehicle right here and you're not gonna strike those tankless water heaters. Literally about 2 weeks ago, I was filming a house in Dripping Springs, and it was on a horrendous plan because I don't know that the single bay garage, you couldn't even use it. So it was just one of those things, I'm just like out of sight, out of mind. Like that we have a water softener loop, and we have a whole home cutoff. I just now looking at this, I wish there was a little bit more room, because putting the resin tank and the area where we put our salt it's gonna be awfully tight right here. I don't truly understand the design of why they put it right there where there's literally not a lot of space. So your tank would have to go right here, your resin tank, which hooks up to the loop. And then where we put our salt, I'm guessing would have to be to the right of it or right at this corner. I'm not sure, but that is something that I think was an oversight on this particular setup. Right as we come back in, down this hallway, we have a great secondary room. We have a powder room, and then I'm gonna show you an entrance to a structural upgrade they did where right from the primary closet, it leads out to this hallway, which then goes to the utility room. This particular room is a good size. Really love the flooring that they selected all throughout this home. Very, very beautiful white oak flooring. Closets are a decent size. Would have loved to see them bigger. Highland Homes typically does a phenomenal job building closets in their homes. But as I said at the beginning of the video, and I'm gonna say it a couple times probably in the video, but size matters. And lot size definitely has pros and cons. And stay tuned for that. I'm gonna be showing you that in great detail. But speaking of detail, really like the 12 by 24 tile, and I'm very happy that they went all the way to the top. And this is a mud set with the semi-frameless glass enclosure. This is a very nice bedroom number 4 with an ensuite bath with a shower as well. So right here in the powder room, they have a very popular tile. I've seen this tile very popular for believe it or not, utility rooms. I haven't seen it that often used in a powder room. But right adjacent to that is the primary closet. I'm getting ahead of myself, I know, but since we're passing it up, I want to show you. But this is the primary closet, kind of like a shotgun size, if you will, in terms of an alley or galley. It is just a narrow, but I hope I can do it justice on camera. Love the ceiling height. You can definitely add more shelving if needed, but right as you exit from that primary closet, it is an earshot of right to the utility room. So right back into the main areas where we spend a lot of our time. This is where this plan really shines. And I love the natural light in these areas. We're going to spend most of our time. In the dining room, which is to the right of your screen, and then at the center of your screen, the family room. But take a look at these large format, single hung windows. Really, really pretty. Love the ceiling vaults they have here within this dining room area. And I just love the flexibility of the space, because not having a hanging fixture and having these 6 cans in this vicinity, I mean, your entire space is open. It is a blank canvas on where you'd like to put the table, and you can put an extremely large table with a little nook or a sitting area, because I just love, I'm going to stand here in the corner. I just love having this space, wide open space, just like this. I'm standing right here in the corner. So from this dining room area to, you see the openness and the beauty of this kitchen, which I absolutely love. And then we walk right into the family room. This is a really, really nice family room. I absolutely love the size of this right here. 4 large windows and multiple ways to get out to the covered patio. You got sliders, you got a divided light door. And then on this side of the home, you have the primary bedroom, which you're gonna see the primary bedroom right now. Right shortly. We're gonna go right down here because I wanted to show you this part of everything first before we head down that way. Double doors right as you come in, and to the right here, which would be your left, is your study. You have 2 divided light doors that lead into your study. Really nice, open, really good ceilings, and I love this right here. A lot of my clients who build from scratch, they definitely do this in terms of adding the type of plugs that have the USB-C and the USB all built in. Highland Homes does this in so many of their homes, and I am very, very appreciative that they do these things because so many clients absolutely love this about Highland Homes. As we come out of the office, you have a bedroom right over here. And what I like about this bedroom is at first, right when you look at it, when you come in, you're like, man, this is gonna be small. But the way that it's constructed, it is a small room, I'm not gonna lie to you. But the way it's constructed is right around the bend as we turn. I mean, you're gonna see it here shortly. I just wanna make sure I don't forget to show you this. You got plenty of storage. Highland Homes is known for having good storage in their homes. At first glance, excuse me, right when you come into this, you're like, okay, it's gonna be a small little 11 by 10, 12 by 10 room, and that's about it. But no, you stand here in the corner, and as I mentioned, by the way, every single room has that USB-C, USB connection in every part of the room. But I love this right here. We got this hallway, and I'm gonna stand here. That way you can get a really good perspective of just the space. But the room itself is small, but at least every facet of this space has been utilized. So right where the center of your screen, that's the entire closet. Okay, we're gonna see that part first, and then you walk into your ensuite bath. But it's a good size closet right here on both sides. I wanna make sure you see that. And then you come right in here and you have a tub, 12 by 24 tile. Would have loved to see if they would have taken this tile all the way to the top, just like we saw in the other bathroom. It makes a big difference. It makes such a huge difference when you take the tile all the way to the top. If you have a chance to build from scratch, please trust me on this. You will absolutely love having that tile all the way to the top because it makes such a big difference, like an optical illusion almost, on the size of how big does it feel. Because these spaces in these restrooms, trust me, they feel small, but sometimes having things like the tile go all the way to the top, you will laugh at me, but you will see it makes an optical illusion. But I absolutely love having the media room on the first floor and almost kind of right off the kitchen. So when you're entertaining, it makes it easy to watch the ball game, to eat some wings, popcorn right in there, and it's just easy to get to. So right as I make a right, here's your another secondary bedroom. Straight ahead, as you can see, we got a bathroom, a ensuite bath, same exact that you just saw in the other bathroom, same selections. Once again, it would have been awesome if they did that, but it's just, I just love the fact of having an ensuite bath and a closet that's a really good sized closet like this right here. So this is really, really good. As we come out of here, this is the part, standing right here, as we go left to right, I just really love, once again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, the natural light in this plan. And we're gonna go over the details now of what these future sections look like. Because at first glance, you might see this and be like, you know what? Absolutely amazing greenery, but they are starting a new section. So I always like wanting to show you this. And if you're wanting to know what are the latest sections they are building in these master plan communities, make sure you reach out to folks who are definitely in the know, who make the time and come here weekly, because trust me, when I tell you this, they tell us, and we like to share all that information with our clients so that they can make informed decisions and know what's happening. So as you can see right here, they're starting this road right in front of us, and it's going to be leading into this brand new section of homes. I'm not 100% sure right here, but I will find out for us if it's going to be connecting on this side as well, but I want to make sure I show you. But from this vantage point, this would be the size of the yard. Because of the topography of the lot, as you can see right here, it's pretty high, and this could be a positive and a negative of having this many stairs to get up and down. So if we have our furry friends, every time they need to use the restrooms, or if they're just a puppy, then obviously those are the things that we would have to go up and down those stairs. So I want to make sure I show you all these different things. But in terms of location, that's what I really love about Parkside of the River. And a lot of clients who build from scratch love this about Parkside of the River, is we're 15 minutes away from the greatest downtown square in all of Texas. I'm talking about Georgetown Downtown Square. And if you haven't been to some of our phenomenal restaurants in the downtown square, one of my favorite, City Post Steakhouse, I mean, it is a true delight. And it is one of the things that so many folks who live in this part of town, right off of Farm to Market Road 2243, they absolutely love. We're about 30 minutes away from the Domain, right down 2243. If you make a right out of the community, you'll hit Ronald Reagan, you'll make a left, that will turn into Palmer, and that will be a straight shot for you into the Domain. But this particular covered patio, I just love the size of it. Really nice. I just absolutely love the size of this covered patio. But we haven't seen the primary bedroom, and that's where things get interesting. So I want to show you the primary bedroom here last. And I did that on purpose because I want to show you that last. But one of the houses that I recently covered on the channel did not have a gas stub out. And I'm like, you know what? You got to have a gas stub out for grilling. It's absolutely a non-negotiable. So many of my clients who build from scratch love to cook and love to entertain, and they want to ensure that those type of things are available and done, because it's so invasive to do it after the fact. Speaking of invasive, now that we're going to be going into the primary bedroom, the first and foremost, the absolute amazing positives. I love the size of this primary bedroom. They made a structural upgrade by bumping out that back wall, so it's great for a reading nook or an area just to relax, to have your morning coffee or having some tea. But this is really, really pretty, and I love this right here. But standing in this corner, now you're gonna get a chance to see the size of this room. But this particular lot, ladies and gentlemen, is a 60-foot lot. So this home takes a large footprint of the lot, okay, to build this one-story home. And side to side, to build a 3,000 square foot home on a 60-foot wide lot and leaving the 5 feet on both sides, the absolute negative about that is, of course, showering right in front of the folks who are barbecuing right next door. Because this right here is definitely one of the things that is not good. And I want to make sure that I show you this, because at least the plan itself can be built on larger lots. But this is me entering into the primary bath and looking at the house next door through this glass and seeing everything in the covered patio. So obviously it could be obscure glass, obviously it could be covered, but it's just one of those things where I feel like I'm not sure exactly from a design standpoint, I'm not sure why the location of the tub, and that was literally right there. But I mean, it is what it is. I wanted to make sure I show you this and bring everything to you in an honest and in an honest way. So this particular bathroom, I like the sconces. I wonder at night how much light there would be, because literally there's one can light above the freestanding tub and one light in the shower, and that's about it. So these sconces would be the only thing that we have from a lighting standpoint in this bathroom. And in this shower, while it is pretty, And I love this side while looking at the stand-up shower and looking at the tile all the way to the top. I just wish that the shower was a little bit larger, because a home like this that's right over 3,000 square feet, this home is exactly 3,050 square feet, 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath. You know, I would just want a little bit more elbow room. I want a little bit more space in the primary shower. And the niche, as you see here to the right, I mean, it's not gonna fit anything. It's not gonna fit any kind of shampoo, conditioner. And that's gonna be for some soap. So it's literally gonna have to be on the floor. And it's just gonna take up more real estate, no pun intended, of just having not enough space. So I wanna make sure I show you that and show you one of the things that's definitely polarizing about this plan. This is the 216 plan. And I feel like you got a really now good perspective of the spaces, the size. There's a lot of pros and there are some cons, but this way you got to see it all first and foremost here on the channel of this one-story plan. Highland Homes does a great job of building great homes, but sometimes some of the plans in some neighborhoods from a lot standpoint, I gotta make sure that I show you all these details because they're essential and they're absolutely so important and so vital. So I hope this video brought you some value. If you have any questions at all about Highland Homes or this particular plan, the plan is the 216 plan. Please feel free to reach out to me. I hope you have a wonderful day and thank you so much.